Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again in another recording. Greetings and lovely morning or lovely afternoon. I come across this question a lot on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. What is your favorite way of practicing English? There are actually more than one way to learn and practice English and make it sustainable and healthy and let's say hygienic most of the time. My personal way comes back to the way I do my daily activities and daily routine. Usually when I wake up in the morning, I fix myself a cup of coffee. That's the most important thing, just to give me a jitter for a good start for the day. Once my engine, my mind engine, my brain gets warmed up, I start reading an article in either Washington Post or New York Times or one of the famous newspapers around the world or magazines. I check out the news. I read the news of the country and where the country is heading, hopefully something brighter. And then after that, I start sketching out what I am going to work on today. Most of the classes that I do right now are online. However, there's direct face-to-face contact with some of my friends. I need to get to see them and check out their progress and their training and catch up later. So I get a few calls in the morning. Sometimes people send me messages when I'm asleep, watching my videos or watching one of the podcasts that I do. They keep asking me questions. So I get about 30 to 40 questions on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube channel on my email. Some of them demand direct answer, and some of them demand some sort of research, because I cannot give a definitive answer for the language section. Going back to my basic question, what is your favorite way of practicing English and learning English? I listen to online podcasts. I usually focus more on the iTunes podcasts that are so common. I listen or I watch podcasts about a class, about English or other part of language. I'm a big fan of Steven Pinker. I've been reading most of his books. I had an interview with him recently. He's one of my favorites. He's a beacon for me. So if you want to improve your English, you have to have a beacon, somebody as a role model to follow. But don't follow Kim Kardashian. I'm just joking. So the idea is that you have to have a beacon and a role model to follow. You listen to what they say and then build your reflection and your experience based on that one particular person. After that, I start my classes. I have 1 or 2 classes per day because I don't want to exhaust myself, and save some time for the afternoon jogging or bike riding or checking out my friends and see if we can walk out together and see if we can do any activity. In the evening, I focus more on reading and writing research papers. Just to let you know that I have amassed around 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Some of them are bad quality, especially those in the beginning of my YouTube journey, because I didn't have enough tools. I didn't have enough money to save for buying expensive gadgets that will help me improve the quality of production of the videos and the learning of language. However, to this point, I start reading. I've been reading multiple books. I don't get to finish any at one time, so I kind of hover over 2 or 3. When I plan the last part of my days in the evening, when I watch a documentary or a movie that is common and people talk about. I have a list of around 250 movies. I've been trying to watch one every day. Some of them are relatively longer, so they kind of like conflict with the exhaustion level that I have by the end of the day. Sometimes I get to finish 1 or half per day, and then I transfer the rest to the next day to watch. What do I learn from watching movies? There are so many common expressions that script writers and good writers, novelists like Stephen King, embed. So good quality of language that you hear from social movies or even action movies, but not Fast and Furious because it's kind of rubbish. However, you learn a lot from watching movies and documentaries, specifically documentaries that are socially oriented. So this is very simplistic approach to my daily routine and what I do on a daily basis. This is a video that is relatively geared to the advanced and intermediate level for listening purposes. Probably it's going to give you a reflection about what you can do, what you can sketch out on a paper as a checklist before you transfer to executing the task that you've assigned to yourself in the beginning of the day. Enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning. It's going to give you enough caffeine to get your engine started. And then later on, try to prioritize the kind of tasks and activities that you have on a daily basis. And surely by the end of the day, you are going to be able to accomplish one or two. I have certain hobbies in addition to my language teaching. One of them is actually collecting watches and perfumes. So I always read about perfumes and colognes and watches, especially Rolex. I don't have Rolex actually, but hopefully in the future when I am rich, I will be able to afford one. Until that time, I look forward to seeing you in best shape in terms of language and physical ability. Have a wonderful day. مدرب اللغة خالد.